taking a break from the house. It's the roof is all covered up, ready to start putting insulation and all that stuff on. I need to get something done with this. This is going to be my garden. This past year, this was all forest. I cleared this out. The soil was terrible. It's full of rocks. I got a lot of rocks out of it, but it's still just full of rocks. And it's a lot of silt and clay, and when it rains, it turns to mush, and as soon as it dries out, it's back like cement again. You can't do anything with it. You can't work it. So, walk over here in the grass. I tried something. I got a little piece of expanded metal and just set it up, used a shovel, scooped up the dirt, threw the dirt on there, and all the rocks ran down the bottom. Soil went through the top, or went through the screen. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna get all this cleared out. I'm gonna run the tiller over it, let it sit for a few days, come back, till it again, and try to kill all this grass and, you know, wad up all the roots. And I'm going to build an 8-foot by 8-foot screen. Set the screen up. Once the dirt's all broken up, I can scoop it up with that big bucket on the backhoe and pour it through the screen, haul off all the rocks. That should, I'm hoping, that should solve my rock problem. The next problem is soil condition. I think I've mentioned it before. I found a paper published by a soil biologist in California. I can't remember his name, but he said that one of the best ways to fix a heavy clay soil is not sand. Sand could make it worse, but is organic matter, which is why I let all this grass grow and didn't worry about a garden. That's going to help. But he said one of the best things to use is rice hulls. I just happen to be in a part of the country where rice hulls are cheap and easy to get. So a lot of poultry manufacturers or poultry farms around here, and that's what they use for bedding. So I can get, man, I can get that stuff cheap. I can get enough to do this entire garden about 4 to 6 inches deep for $150. And once I get the rocks out, I'm going to just spread all that over it and then disc it all in, or till it all in. And hopefully that's going to help with the soil condition problem. Then I'll come back and plant a cover crop for the winter and just let the deer eat on it. Let it do what cover crops do. Then hopefully in the spring, it'll be in good enough shape I can start working it and actually make a garden out of it. That's the plan for next year. I just didn't have time to do it this year. With everything going on with the house and everything else around here, just wasn't any time. So I'm gonna get started, try to get this disced up right quick, or tilled up with the tiller, and then let it sit for a couple days. Well, that wasn't too bad. It took just under an hour to come out here and try to break the ground up a little bit. You can see it's full of rocks. It's all rocks. So most of the grass, I've got most of the grass chewed up in it. I think it's probably all actually pulled up, but I'll let it sit today. I'll run back over it again tomorrow. Weather permitting, I may get out here Sunday and try to see if I can't clean some of the, rock out of it. I'm going after expanded metal first thing in the morning so I can build my screen. Probably going to start off with it at around a 45-degree angle and then make it where I can adjust it up and down, which we'll see which way works the best. But got to do something, because this, I knew right quick this was not going to work out. I drove into town this morning and had to go pick up some expanded metal. I say town, I had to go all the way to Little Rock. That took just about half the day. Now I can get ready to start building the frame for my screen. Not sure if this is, I don't know if this is going to work. I think it will. Theoretically it should work. So I'm going to try to get this frame assembled today and get everything on it. The dirt, it may be, I don't know, it may be dry enough today. I just ran the tiller back over it. It still has quite a bit of moisture in it, so I may have to wait for, just keep tilling it, trying to get it dry, and I don't know. We'll have to play that part by ear. I'm going to go ahead and get the screen made and then figure out how I'm going to set it up so I can separate the rocks from the dirt. I'm going to get started on that, and I don't know, I guess I'll come back every few hours and run the tiller back over this. You know, for the last little bit, I've been changing everything up. That's the way I do it. I'll get out here and I'll start doing something, and then I don't like it, I'll just do something totally different. So I think what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to make it adjustable. I'm going to make this on a 45 and just leave it. If I want to adjust it any, I'll set some rocks under one end of it or whatever. Something to change it and see if it works better. I don't want to go through all the trouble of making it adjustable. It's slight duty anyway. I'm not going to use it that much, and I don't know if it's even going to work. So, but this is the way I've got it now. I'm just going to put some braces under it, and I'll brace up the center and get this metal on there. And I don't know, I'm going to set it on the ground so I can reach everything and see how that works. It's just about time to go out and till up the garden again, try to get all the dirt dried out. I'm going to drag this off right quick and try to make a few more braces, and then put all my cross bracing in there. Say that again. And put all my cross bracing in there and start putting this metal on and see how it acts. It may be too flimsy and I'm gonna have to do something else, but I'm gonna give it a shot. The frame is made. I didn't film a lot of it because I kept taking it apart and changing stuff and moving it around, and it was just, I mean, it's pretty simple. You can just figure it out. And I don't even know if it's gonna work. It's pretty sturdy. I mean, it's really strong for no more than it is, you know. It's just some 2x4s screwed together. But I'm gonna get the metal put on it now, and I'm probably gonna go ahead and drag it out there and just be real easy with it and see if it needs some more bracing, or if I need to do something a little different. If I do, I mean, it'd be an easy little test run, see how it works. So I'll get that done right quick, and then I'll pick it up and set it out there in the garden, and just pour something through it and see how, you know, see what it does. If it moves a lot, if it bows, if I'm putting too much weight on it or whatever, I'll have to adjust things as I go. But we'll see. Metal's on it now. I'm gonna find me a spot. I'm gonna drag it over, I don't know, somewhere, and I'm just gonna scoop a little of this dirt. I'm gonna be easy on it. I'm gonna not put a lot of pressure on there. I don't know. I just want to see what moves, what gives, what's bending, the thing collapses. I don't know. We'll find out, good or bad, here in a minute. We're gonna see if dirt goes through it or it just crumbles apart. Well, it definitely works. I think my problem is all the grass. You know, this was all grass just a couple days ago, and it still has all the grass in there, and the grass is building up on it and everything's sliding off. So I'm getting the majority of the dirt is falling through. I'm still getting some dirt coming down the front, so I will have to scoop that up and do it again. But overall, I mean, it proves that it's going to work. I just need to tweak it a little bit. Well, it's definitely not perfect. I've tried a couple different things. I set, I had some little short pieces of 4x4, about, I don't know what they are, 6 inches long, and I set up under the front. That seemed to help a little bit. So I set those under there, just change the angle a little. Just leaned it back, kind of slowed the travel down over the face of it. It works really good. It's going to be slow going. I'm going to have to figure out kind of get me a system down of moving through the garden, because this stuff piles up pretty fast. But you can see back here, this is what's coming out. It's just, I mean, it's nice, fine dirt. There's no rocks in it. And in the front, we'll come around here. You can see what it's getting out. It's just, this is the mess I was dealing with. So I think this is going to work. It's going to take a little time. The grass keeps clogging it up. We've got rain coming in a few days. That's the reason I'm trying to jump on this and get it done. This stuff holds moisture so long, and it's been dry the last 4 or 5 days. So I'm trying to get on here and get some stuff done before it rains again. But yeah, I think this is going to work. Kind of get me something figured out where I can move it around and do different places and try to get this whole garden done. Get all the rocks out of it, and then I have something to work with. It was just, it was a nightmare before. But that's it. And this will work. I mean, you can make a small one of these for next to nothing. This whole thing, I've got $115 in it, I think, as it is. So you could build one, you know, small scale to do a small garden and do it with a wheelbarrow. You could probably build it for $20. Just find a scrap piece of expanded metal. This is 3/4 by 3/4. Or it's 3/4 inch holes in the expanded metal. It's number 9 flat, which is an 1/8 inch thick. It's flat. The expanded metal part is not raised, so it's just a flat surface. 3/4 inch hole. It works really good. It gets all the little small rocks out. So I would say this is a success. It worked. I just got a lot of garden to clean out.